Saturn, Game Gear, Genesis. It makes no difference. Sega's declared war on consoles. On all of us. He has to be stopped.
I'm not going to stop Sega. I'm going to bankrupt him.
Do you have it in you to allow that? You've known why I was here all along, Nintendo.
But things have changed. What started as a stealth CD-ROM project, tomorrow, players will know that next-gen consoles exist. You, me. They'll start to differentiate. They'll choose one of us and ignore the other. And that ignorance will turn to hatred.
Not if we stop a console war. Not if we can prevent Sega. Not if we risk our stocks doing so.
Would the retailers do the same for us?
We have it in us to be the better console.
We already are. We're the next stage of gaming evolution.
No,
you said
no.
it yourself. Are you really so naive as to think they won't battle their own personal preferences? Or is it arrogance?
I'm sorry?
After tomorrow, they're going to hesitate to purchase one of us. But you're blind to it, because you believe we're all like Atari.
And you believe we're all like Sega. Listen to me very carefully, my friend. Bankrupting Sega will not bring you a monopoly.
Monopoly was never an option.
Basically, your graphics processor will go to sleep while your hardware travels back in time. As long as you're backwards compatible, 360 games and Xbox One games will continue to coexist. But once you close the 360 game, whatever you've done will take hold and consume hard drive space. And for the rest of us, it will be the only save data that we know. It'll be like the last 12 years of the 360 console's legacy never happened. Forza Horizon, Halo Wars, the only person who will remember it is you. Alright, Xbone, I need you to simplify your dashboard menus and to stay as user-friendly as possible.
What? What do you mean?
If your features get too technical, it'll be harder for me to sell you. You could start to slip between fun and frustrating.
What if I need to get a little technical?
Create simple shortcuts?
Shortcuts. Have you got any good news?
Well, you don't really change your design, so your controller will pretty much look the same. You won't have much time playing 360 games. The red rings will eventually find us. They always do. And this time, we won't be able to refund everyone. We'll have no escape. Backwards compatibility is our last chance.
You really think this will work?
I have faith in him.
It's not him I'm worried about. It's us. We were obsessed with motion controls. We didn't know any better.
We will now.
How did you lose them?
The accuracy of the motion sensor bar affects my popularity.
You sacrificed your fan base so you could have motion controls.
I sacrificed my fan base so that I could create... What would you know about it?
I've lost my fair share of players.
Dry your eyes, Sony. It doesn't justify what you've done.
You have no idea what hardware I added.
I know that you stole the players that meant the most to me.
Well, maybe you should have fought harder for them.
If you want a console war, Sony, I will give you a war.
Sit down!
Let him launch first.
You abandoned me! You had an HD resolution and you abandoned me!
Star Fox Adventures, Metroid Other M, Mario Party 9, Ninja Bread Man, Gaming Brothers and Sisters, all failures. Countless other franchises, experimented on.
Sony!
Where were you, Wii? You were supposed to protect them. Where were you when your own franchises needed you? Experimenting. You and N-Gage, pretending to be something you're not.
Sony!
You abandoned us all.
So you were always a jerk.
I take it we're best buddies in the future.
I spent a lot of years trying to bring you down, bub.
How's that work out for you?
You're like me. You're a survivor. Now you gonna pick all that stuff up?
Doesn't it haunt you in the middle of your console's life cycle? The feeling that someday Microsoft will launch that foolish Hexagon console. Or one just like it. And come for you. And your fan base.
It does indeed.
What do you do when you own up to that?
I feel a great swell of pity for the rival console that comes to E3, looking for trouble.
Why do you keep choosing stupid console names, Eclipse?
Why do you ask questions to which you already know the answers?
Ha, yes. Your continuing search for tropes. You know that creativity won't elude me forever. A console war is still coming, Eclipse, and I intend to win it. By any means necessary.
And I will always be there, old friend.
That is not how gaming consoles developed.
It is too.
That's it. You're not going to bed with the TV on anymore.
But that's not all of it.
Don't care.
But you're gonna miss the best part!
All right, gentlemen. Let's raise the stakes here.
Each of us will put in one of our own games, and the loser must let the other consoles sell it so that they can make a profit of it as well. Let's start with you, Nintendo.
All right. I'll put up Resident Evil 4.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Speak for yourself. I'm not interested.
Well, you never know, Xbox. Someday in the future, you might pull a 360 and want it as well.
Sony, I think you mean 180.
No. 360 sounds better.
Engage.
What about you, Xbox?
Ladies, I give you Halo 2.
Well, look who's holding a royal flush. We might as well fold right now, Sony.
Fold? Why?
Do you really think he would put up his best franchise if he didn't already know he had a winning hand? Really, Sony, are you that naive? Or is it arrogance?
Very funny.
Well, what about you, bub? Yes, I've been wanting that one for a long time.
Oh, come on, Sony.
What? What's the matter?
As if you don't already know. I am a child-friendly console, and I would have no use for such an uncivilized monstrosity such as that.
What do you call what you just put down, Nintendo?
That is completely different. That game is about self-defense against monsters, much like yours. In that game, you are the monster.
Only if you choose to be.
Players always choose the evil path. No one need show them how.
Now you're talking semantics, Professor. Are we doing this or what?
You in, old friend?
Very well.
On 3?
1.
2.
3!
I don't understand. What happened?
Someone stole our games.
Who?
I know who.
Who?
Just some jerk who thinks he's better than me just because he's faster. Much faster.
Well, how do we find our games?
That's not important right now, Sony. What is important is that our games are vulnerable. Damage, aging.
Theft?
Yes, but the point is, we need to think of a way to protect and preserve our games. We need to make them
Digital!
What?
We make our games digital and sell them online.
online. You mean like on the internet?
On websites?
No. We create virtual stores within ourselves and sell our games there. The players will never have to worry about losing or breaking their games ever again.
You're joking.
No, I'm serious. It'll be like having a virtual arcade right inside our hard drives. An arcade. An arcade. An arcade!